view of a windshield wiper. This is the Pikes Peak highway. I just paid my money. As a veteran, I got a bit of a discount. Now I'm just going to try to avoid vapor lock because, well, you know, it's altitude and it's a bit of a push, so to speak. But anyway, I've gone up this mountain before. I know what I'm up against, and it's just probably one of the last really good days. We've had some really low cloud cover lately. It's right about 3 o'clock, so I've got to get to the top because the summit closes at 4, and it's about, I think, 14 miles if I recall correctly. And this is the very first day I think I'm going to get to the summit where it should be clear and some pretty good views. I'm going to run around, take some pictures, and then on the way down I'm going to focus on, you know, some cool spots to take pictures, but I just want to get to the summit. So as you can see, a lot of people are coming off the mountain already, which is good for me, so I shouldn't hit much traffic. I'm in second gear doing about 30 miles an hour, which is about 2,700 RPM on this car the way it's geared. And part of that is it doesn't bog down, stays more in the power band. It also circulates the coolant a lot faster, and with the airflow, that should help cool it off. I'm right about halfway right now. At the gatehouse, I was just over halfway. But anyway, yeah, this is a pretty spectacular drive. I know I use the word spectacular a lot, that's been pointed out to me, but it'd probably be better if the car was actually washed in the last couple of weeks. I don't recall washing it even going to Texas. No, I washed it when I came back because of all the bugs on it. So, there we go, there's some third gear action. Now, I know a lot of my friends have gone up this road before in various cars, old and modern. I've never gone up it this late in the day. I've normally gone up in the morning, and I'm hoping for, yeah, there's some aspens over there. Typically, I like to whip out my camera and take pictures, but this is a road that kind of requires my attention, so my wife Caroline will be very happy that I am not going to be whipping out the camera unless it's some of the easier, longer straight sections further up the mountain. But it's going to be cool, and the time of day is going to be cool. I'm hoping I get some good light on the way down. Might be a little bit in the shadow, but that's kind of cool too. And I don't know what's going to happen. So we'll see. On my way up, I can narrate where it took me 3 tries to get to the summit. I had vapor lock right here one time. That was a fun one. Wildlife crossing. Maybe I'll see Bigfoot. There's been supposed Bigfoot sightings. A little bit of aspen color up there. Way to the left, I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see it through the trees. There's the Bigfoot sign coming up. We're going up above the tree line. Well above the tree line. So we'll see what we've got. Yeah, you can see a lot of the leaves have already come off. And that's too bad. It's just been a hectic year, and I haven't been able to get out and about. I didn't get to Guanella Pass this year like I'd hoped. Last weekend, if I had gotten up early and done stuff, I could have gone south towards Monarch or whatever, but I didn't. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, the elevation is 1 mile, so we're 5,280 feet below the summit, which is, I believe, 14,414. It's at least 14,400. I might be dyslexic. A lot of 1s and 4s, and we're really high. It'll probably be colder up there, so we'll see. Signs along the side that I'll tell you like what animals range at this altitude. Like we just went past coyote, and it'll explain what you we got to the final 3 turns, and it was snowing and sleeting and like 17 degrees. And ironically, I met some friends, Brad and his lovely wife, and I apologize, I forgot her name. Brad just sent me some Triumph books, but he's got a TR8, and he recognized me from my name from like South Central Regionals for the VTR in Texas. So it's kind of like, oh, cool. And we've been good Facebook friends ever since. Haven't seen him in person since then, but you know. Excuse me. What do we have here? The big-eared bat. Ooh. Yeah, this would have been really pretty if all these leaves were on the aspens. But you know what? It's a lot of people are all about the color. In some ways, this might actually be more unique and more appealing. I don't know. I'll see, because on the way down, I'm going to stop and get a bunch of pictures. I just need to be at the summit in a little while. So, oh, cool. We're going to come up to the Crystal Reservoir. So I haven't been up here since they did a lot of repairs on the dam. And I haven't been up here since that happened. But thought I missed a shift there. And I did 4th. So if there's water in the reservoir, oh yeah, there's a lot more water than I've ever seen. Still not totally full, but it was pretty dry in the past, so yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll definitely stop because sunset pictures here might be really cool. So, and if you ever do get out to Pikes Peak, just make a day of it. Get from the Friday before Memorial Day until September 30th, you have to make a time-based reservation. Now that it's past that, I just paid my admission, and as a veteran, I got $5 off. So it's only $13 I had to pay, but there's piles of places to pull over and take really cool pictures. There's a neat little gift shop up here on the left once we get across the dam. So, you know, it's... Someday I might even ride my bike. They do have bike hill climb. Not a race, just a ride. But yeah, this is the highest I have ever seen the water here. Oh man, that is really cool. So, this is the gift shop. It's kind of cool, pretty. excuse me, it might have been my second attempt actually. Gotten above the tree line. We haven't gotten the Devil's Playground. Very famous off in the hill climb from one of the guys who at one point was a member of my autocross club in Austin, Texas, Jeremy Foley. You can look up, it's pretty crazy, and it shows you the value of properly constructed safety cages for competition cars. I'll leave it at that. I think he ended up with a dislocated shoulder, a lot of bruises, and I think they both got whiplash, he and his navigator. is doing, that car coming down, they use a laser pyrometer and they measure your brakes. And if they're too hot, you have to pull into this lot and wait a little while for them to cool off. Brought my parents out here, but we could only get up to the lodge because they had like 65-mile-an-hour winds at the summit. So, yeah. bit unnerving. Goes a little sideways, you hit those barriers, as Randy Popes did in that Tesla a couple years ago. And what I will tell you is the other side of those barriers, there's a stone wall, and the other side of that stone wall is, I don't know what the term is in mountaineering, but it's like this big V-shaped gulch, and you just go down and down and down, and you're probably not coming out of that with all your appendages and stuff. I mean, you can see you're just going to get, like, it's like going off the end of an aircraft carrier, except you don't have any wings. It's gotten a little bit brisk in the car. I'm only wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Like I said, I have a jacket. I even have a blanket. And I think I'm probably a little rich. That's also contributing to my little bit of a miss. But, well. miles an hour. Ugh. plan. Yeah, I mean, that's a good 5.5 gallons. That's like 35, 40-ish pounds less weight. But also with the incline and the fuel pickup and stuff, and it's not fuel injected, it's not a pressurized system really. You know, I'm kind of relying on a gravity feed at a certain spot in my tank. So, yeah, I'm about 3/8 or so right now, and that's good. But boy, oh boy. Last time I was up here with Caroline in July, it was 17 and snowy and sleeting right about here. See that when you pop out on Pikes Peak Avenue, if you know what you're looking for. Part of me feels like I should have stolen a handicap placard from Caroline. She just had her knee replaced, but that's also kind of rude, so we won't do that. Ooh, the train's here. I'm gonna park right here. I have a small car and there's a boulder in the spot, so I can maybe